Hello and welcome back to Shokuho, and we are now in a really cool position here. This is basically unheard of. I'm not entirely sure what the AI is deciding to do here, but I'm gonna show you. Alright, so this is where we are right now. We're at Toya Castle. Now, here's the thing about this particular faction. You may be thinking, okay, where are we, right? Where are we in relation to our territory? We're just across here. Yeah, you remember this place? Yeah, this was kind of like a nightmarish siege that took me an age to take. However, this is where these guys are. And you may be thinking, okay, well, where's the rest of them? Well, I also had that thought. And they're very far away. Oh yeah, they're very far away. There's the Mori, of course. And if we go all the way down, you'll see that they have another castle right there. And that is indeed still them. And then, if you go even further, that is where you have their home base. Which is all the way over here. And also their castle, of course. So, that is insane distance away from our territory here. And as you can see, we do have... Yep, we do have the Kiryu clan actually leading once again into a siege against the Mori, which is extremely good. Now, I'm coming over here very specifically just because I'm thinking to myself, hey, you know what? I'm going to do some damage against these guys because they clearly believe they can take us. They clearly believe that they have the ability to win against us in some kind of war type situation, which from my perspective, I don't think so. I think these guys do not have what it takes. And you can see here we are absolutely just destroying them, of course. And yeah, we're obviously going to see. We're just going to see what happens here because I am going to take this castle and let's just actually see whether we can we catch up to this guy? I need to eliminate at least 2 or 3 of these. As you can see, look at the exhaustion, by the way. The exhaustion increases very nicely here when we eliminate vassals. I'm not going to bother taking anyone here for the moment. Maybe I should have taken that guy. That would have been pretty cool. Oh well, never mind. Don't need to worry too much about it just yet. We're just going to take it easy. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, so Sakurao Castle is actually under siege right now. It's very strange. I gotta say, I think it's super weird that we have so many vassals in this area from this faction, considering they are so incredibly weak and possess basically not really much at all. And yeah, very weird, to be honest. I feel like it's pretty weird. Anyway, we're just gonna take everything we can here. And there is actually a... there's no town that close by. I was kind of hoping there would be a town a little bit closer to us right here, but no, there doesn't seem to be. All right, well, let's take the castle. Let's see what it's got. It's got 2 days. Okay, it's got 2 days worth of food, which is very funny. All right, well, this is going to be pretty easy, isn't it? Yeah, it should be pretty easy. And indeed, we are going to just convert a couple of people before we wait out the food, and then we'll get going in. And here it is. The Mori are deciding to make peace with us now. I'm not entirely sure if they were able... Yeah, they did actually manage to take Sakurao Castle, which I'm not obviously a big fan. Oh, no, wait. Doesn't matter. You know why? Because they're giving it to us. Yes, they're giving it to us. Ugh, that's fantastic. We're also gaining a daily tribute of 4,800, which is amazing. 1.2 million as well. That is incredible. And yeah, we now have these fellows who are ready for us to go in because they've lost all of their garrison to starvation. And I gotta say, I am still very perplexed as to why these guys did this, because they're so far away, they basically can't do much. I'm assuming that they have seen that some of our fiefs are weaker than what they deem, you know, kind of a ripe target, right? So they're basically saying, oh yes, we can probably, you know, capture a couple of really easy thieves for our own faction. And they're assuming that that's the case, but that is clearly not what is going on here. Very surprising, I gotta say. Very, very surprising that they decided to do that. But, I mean, who am I to say, right? Who am I to say? They obviously thought that they could, and they are indeed trying. They are trying their best. But for me personally, that is not going to happen. You're not going to take this. It's just never in a million years going to be a thing. Because I am going to be here. You know, I'm going to be here, you know, trying to defend and capture stuff. And the funny thing is, I was actually looking for a new opponent. That's the funny thing. I was literally looking for a new person to attack, because the Mori are done, as you can see. You know, they're clearly not wanting to fight anymore. We know that. We knew that beforehand. And it's even more obvious, I mean, now, because, you know, they've obviously made peace with us very clearly. But the fact is, it was extremely clear, to be honest, much, you know, faster than that. We could realize that very easily. So the point is, we now have a new target, and indeed, maybe we can even go a little bit further. But the thing is, this is the problem. I am in a situation now where we don't really have, shall we say, that much consolidation, you see. And so from a grand strategy standpoint, we may in fact have some issues, because we are now not in a position to think to ourselves, actually, I have captured every single thing in this region, right? We can't do that. We can't think that to ourselves, because we haven't done that, you know? And so, as a result, we are now in a weaker position than if we were to have done it the other way, right? And so, now, because we have people behind us, they are going to continue declaring war against us, trying to recapture territory. They're trying to, you know, sabotage us in many, many different ways. That kind of stuff is going to damage us in the long term quite a bit more than you might imagine. At least I think so. Because we're going to have these people ready, waiting, biding their time to attack us. And obviously we don't want that, you know. We don't want that one bit. We want to make sure that we are the top force in this area as much as we possibly can. And obviously at the moment, that's, yeah, well, I mean, at the moment, I think it's working, you know. I think it's working out quite nicely. But we are going to have to do something about the Mori, at least. The Otomo are obviously not anyone that we really need to deal with. The Shimazu, they obviously are indeed... we need to deal with them, right? We need to deal with them as well, but they're not really proving themselves to be super, super strong. But if we do have to eliminate the Shimazu, then we will literally have to go back there. We will have to go back there. It is going to take me a long time. Big travel times to get back to that position, but I think it could be worth it. I mean, just to have that consolidation complete. I mean, I personally would very much enjoy going back there and eliminating them, because I think it's satisfying. I'm not sure about you, but I think it's satisfying when the map is all the same color. I always think that that's really enjoyable to see, and that's the reason why, you know, conquering the entire map is usually it has that really big overall satisfaction feeling, because you're like, oh yeah, I did that, I captured all of this, you know. And yeah, it's just fun, you know. It's just fun to do that. So obviously I'm not entirely sure if I'm even going to be able to do that here, because the Otomo I mean, I can obviously attack the Otomo anytime, but they have not declared war against us once. And that is probably you know, due to, as some of you may have mentioned in the comments, actually, that I think I saw that you were talking about how the marriage that we made between us and one of the daughters of the Otomo, that might have actually prevented them from declaring war on us, because from that standpoint, I think that might be the case. I think that might be the case, because it is very likely that they would be not really wanting to do any... I mean, come on now. they would definitely want to attack us, right? In a normal situation, they would definitely want to attack us. There's no way that they would hold back for such a significant amount of time if there wasn't some other reason for it, right? Right? At least I think so. I think there's definitely some reason why, and that's the most logical reason, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's just do this and do that, and then we'll just wait here for a little bit of time. I am at 82% HP. Surprisingly enough, I did manage to basically take no damage in that siege. I'm always surprised when we manage to do that, to be honest. But anyway, let's see. New owner, new owner. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. We're going to have a vote for that in just a second. These guys are standing here. I'm just going to stand here just until my disorganized state runs out. And this castle is obviously going to be given to this fellow, I suppose. I don't really know who to give it to. I don't really want it myself, if I'm honest. I really don't. Let's try to pursue these guys a little bit, maybe, if we can. Is the other one going to come up for vote as well? Yes, there it is. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to give that to whoever. And, yeah, now we can take a look at the map and actually see how things are going and see what kinds of factions are nearby to us. I would like to attack this guy if at all possible, because I'm pretty sure if we don't, he's going to be the one leading the army in an attempt to take back Toya Castle. So we really don't want that to happen, if at all possible. So otherwise we'll just leave the prisoners. I don't really see the point in taking them right now. We'll take the loot as well, even though the loot is really not very necessary. Okay, so who do we have nearby? We have the Miyoshi. Aha. Okay, so the Miyoshi are very, very close to us here. Loads of temples in the area, by the way. Have you noticed? Yeah, loads of temples. Okay, so we can donate to the temple. We can give them 190,000. We've increased our relation with them from 0 to 72 in one fell swoop. And as you can see, we then have the ability to recruit them if we so desire. I guess we could just recruit one of them. I don't know whether it makes any difference, to be honest. But yeah, there's a load of temples and shrines and so on and so forth around this position. And who else do we have? Who's this? The Akamatsu. Okay, I could technically go over there and wage war against them pretty easily, and we may in fact be able to eliminate them almost instantaneously. They have 2 castles and 1 town. Ah, they seem to also have Kyoto. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, they don't. Wait a minute. I'm getting mixed up because of the colors. Okay, no. Akamatsu only... Yes, they only have 1 town and 2 castles, and then the Ashikaga, they have a castle and a town, and I think that's pretty much it. Here's the Oda clan. Okay, the Oda clan are here. Okay, so we're getting pretty close actually to. Well, actually, no, we're not getting that close. I thought we were actually getting kind of close to Edo, but no. It's all the way over there. Okay, no, that's very far still. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to go over to here, actually. We're going to go over to here. First of all, I think the best place for us to do this is to actually go through the port. Wow, okay, so this town literally has 15,000. Okay. Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting that. They have 15,000 units of rice. Wow. Okay. I don't even know what to do with this, to be honest. I mean, I'm going to buy it all, of course, but you can see here, it's literally making my inventory 175,000 out of 21,000. Yeah, okay. Well, it's pretty easy what we want to do here. We obviously know what we want to do. However, that is just bonkers. I mean, literally, that is probably the most I've ever seen. That has to be the most I've ever seen in regards to food. Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, so first of all, we need to be very, very quick about this. Make sure that we do not remain at 0 or 1.0 speed for quite some time. You know, let's face it. We really don't want that. Thank you very much. So let's just get rid of all this. Not all of it, of course, just a little bit. Get some of the fish gone as well. What is actually going on? Oh, we just have way too much rice. That's what it is. I just need to remove more of that. There we go. All right. Okay. So we now have 817. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so we have a vassal here. I will try to fight him if I can. He is probably going to leave that. Yep, there we go. He's left the fief, and we're just going to tackle him straight away. There we go. He's immediately taken prisoner, which is absolutely fantastic. And now we can make our way in. Now, this is maybe going to be a bit problematic, just purely because I have no idea what kinds of units they have. I think they are... I know, it's the Kinai culture, so we don't really have to worry too much about it. Let's have a look. 4 days worth of food, okay. And as you can see, the marketplace in Yuzuki has now been leveled up. Very nice. And we have another level up for one of our children here. Fantastic. So let's actually see what we can get. Oh, well, I'm going to get control, I guess. And do we want bows? Do we want bows? Do we want medicine? Do we want something like that? I guess we'll just go with bows. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Oh, no, never mind. Apparently, he also gained medicine. He gained 5 points in medicine. That is completely and utterly useless. Not entirely sure. I hope he gained a focus point in it, to be honest. Oh, wait. There is actually a civil war breaking out in the Hatakayama faction. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure how that even happened, but all right. But yeah, okay. There we go. So, where is... We had an army. Oh, okay, apparently they're nowhere anymore. They must have lost cohesion or disbanded or something like that. But there was an army coming somewhere, and I was kind of hoping that they would be somewhat close by so that they could help us out a little bit, but no. Unfortunate for me, they're not. Now, once again, best strategy for this, I think, personally, is to go on the left side. I tried the right side, I think, in one of the previous episodes, and I didn't really have the best time. I think the left side seems to be really, really good. I'm not sure why. Let's actually just see whether that's the case. Just going to be very, very careful here. Just going to be very careful. Just going to use my little speed up button. Get that all ready. And for some reason, my people are not... They're not getting the ladders up. They need to get the ladder up. Thank you very much. Okay. There we go. Now I can make my way up. And now this is the strongest part of this. The enemies blocking each other from shooting. That's also the reason why this is fantastic to do. Use their bodies as cover right here. Use their bodies. Look at this. The only guy that can shoot me is the one closest to me if we use that strategy. And then we're going to be reducing the amount of overall damage we take by a significant amount. And I believe that's it. Look at that. We actually managed to live. Ooh, we're getting a pretty good success rate now in regards to living in this siege layout. The only other one that I think is going to give us some problems is one that we haven't done for quite some time. It's that one where not the one with the water around it. The one the one that's in the hills, but not this one. The other one that's in the hills, basically. So, I can't explain it, okay? I can't explain it. But once we see it again, I'll let you know. I'll let you know that that's the one that I personally think is pretty difficult for me to survive on. And then we'll try and see whether we can maybe figure out some kind of strategy that would help us. Who knows? Anyway, let's see if we can order by tier here. I don't really need to take a huge amount of people, I suppose. Kind of, I guess. But we're going to be moving on straight away to basically wherever we can right now. As you can see, they just got taken prisoner. Huge amounts of them got taken prisoner in this situation. And technically, I could have made another vassal. Maybe I should have done that. That was a mistake, I think. That was a mistake on my part, because look, I could have promoted some units, and then we could have made some vassals. I mean, look at how many people I literally have available here. Pretty crazy amount. Yeah, maybe that's what I should have done. Okay, yeah. That's probably what I should have done. Okay, well, my bad. Maybe we could do something else about that. There's another Jinzaburo. I'm not gonna promote another Jinzaburo. That makes no sense. We probably shouldn't do that. What about this guy? Let's promote this guy. And do we have any others? Yeah, we do. This guy? Yeah, he's okay. That guy is pretty good too. Let's get him. Okay, let's get both of those. Okay, fantastic. So now that we have a couple of extra people here, I technically should have taken control of this, to be honest. But they're probably going to give it to me, right? At least I think they should, right? Let's have a look. Here we go. Yep, they're going to give it to me. I'm going to say yes. Because I don't want to spend the influence either, and also I am going to be giving it to someone else. Yes, I'm going to be giving it to one of our new vassals, quote unquote, one of our new vassals, this guy. And hello there, sir. Yes, you've just joined us. Okay, so we're going to be giving him Himeji. There we go. And that is yes. Okay, there we go. All right. So we'll call him I have no idea. I'm just going to call him Sake. Why not? I'm just going to name him after alcohol, really. I mean, come on now. He's going to be the best vassal ever now, isn't he? You know, because I've given him a joke name. Yeah, probably. Okay, well, let's see what happens. At least I managed to salvage the situation somewhat. And let's go over to Gochaku Castle, and we'll see if we can maybe take this. Alright, so I'm actually going to go straight on in here without waiting for the starvation mechanic to kick in, because there is no time. We just do not have the time to do this, otherwise the exhaustion or something else is going to come along and interrupt us. It could very well be the enemy army or something like that, and I'd much rather prevent that from happening. Oh, this is an extremely fun, very, very fun siege though. Definitely one of my favorites. I am a big fan of these, and I'm gonna try to shoot that guy in the window over there. There we go. Nice. And maybe we can get another one? Maybe? No, I highly doubt it. Alright, so I'm just gonna wait here. Oh, wait a minute. Who am I being shot by? That's the funny thing. I should technically be in a blind spot here where no one can see me. I think the main reason why this is so incredibly easy, or at the very least, the siege is slightly easier than the other ones, is that this has so many ways for ranged troops to actually capitalize on the fact that they're ranged, and they are able to fight back against the defending garrison. However, obviously once you get inside, things are going to be quite dangerous, as you can see from me charging in here and taking some big damage already. Not very good. However, we kind of have to, right? I kind of have to. And let's see if we can sweep through them and hopefully not die. Well, there you go. That's it. Got a double headshot. A double headshot at the end there. Very, very impressive that they were able to do that. But of course, this is the point. This is the reason why these sieges are so extremely fun. At least I think they're fun. Even if I die, I don't care, because I had a huge amount of fun up until that time. And we're going to get to see if my people are actually able to achieve victory here. I'm having a sneaking suspicion they won't be able to. Is it just me? How many people do I have? I have like 320, right? I have 320, so technically if we get close to that not working, then we're going to have to retreat and get out of there. But I think we should be okay. We've only lost a third of our people so far, so that's not too bad. But I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to do a little bit better. Yeah, as you can see, the enemy is actually... they've killed almost over half of our people right now. That's pretty bad. I think we should... No, we should be okay now. We should be okay. Okay. Whew. That was actually a little bit close. That was actually a little bit close. I mean, you can see here, they eliminated 172. That's still quite a lot, considering we have won sieges with very minimal casualties in the past, just purely because I was alive. But me being dead there, that was fundamentally basically self-sabotaging. That was really bad. But it's okay, because we're alive, you know, we did it, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's just not great. I should definitely try not to do that in future. But we do have some really, really good prisoners for us to take here. We can rectify the situation somewhat, and then we can maybe get a couple of extra replacements. Not really, actually. Not really. Okay. Bit of a problem situation there, I suppose. We're going to just take all of the melee weapons, and I think we'll take all the ranged as well. I think we'll take a handful of pieces of the armor just because. I don't really think we need this, to be honest. I really don't. It's not really necessary. 13,000 experience, though, I guess that is kind of decent, even though it doesn't really give us much, as you can see right here. It's not really giving me much at all. And, well, that's the upgrade there. I'm not going to claim this, of course, because we are going to be giving it to Mr. Sake. I can't believe I gave him that name. That's pretty funny. All right, yeah, so we're going to be giving that to him in the vote in just a second. There's an alliance going on right there. And yes, here we go. Whoa, he's not even on here. Why isn't he on here? Are you serious? Come on, we've got to give it to this guy, surely. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, we're going to be giving that to him in just a moment. We can very easily do that by going to the kingdom screen, navigating to fiefs, and then literally just scrolling all the way down and gifting it to the guy that we want to gift it to, which is this fellow. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so we only have to take Kyoto Castle now, and that should be pretty easy, or at least I hope so, before the exhaustion at least. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.